Hi everyone, welcome back to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here. And well, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So yesterday I only did one video, and I usually do something in the afternoon, but I wasn't well at all yesterday, and it's really weird because I wasn't feeling great, and then all of a sudden I rallied and I was back to feeling like myself. And then yesterday I was right in the morning. And throughout the afternoon, Gary kept saying to me, "You're quiet." And I knew I wasn't really talking so much, but I just said, I feel really tired. And we had lots to do anyway. And I had to have a blood test as well. So we had to pick up our glasses. These are my reading glasses. So when I read in here, I can actually read. So the reason the normal ones that you buy from over the counter, which I usually use, don't work for me is that one of my eyes is different to the other, and they don't cater for that. But these are my reading glasses. As you can see, they've got a green coating on them for anti-glare. I have a pair for the computer. These ones are reading, I think. Let me just see. No, these are the computer ones. These are for... The reason I know that is because they are Hugo Boss. And I figured when I'm working on the computer for hobbyrocks.co.uk, I am the boss. That's how I know that they are the computer ones. It's the only way I can tell them apart. Boss, computer, computer boss. So that's how I know. The reading glasses and distance ones. Distance ones, I put them on yesterday, then took them off yesterday, and they're so minute in any kind of correction. I think I was ripped off. I don't think I need them at all. Obviously, reading, as you get past 40, the reading muscles start to deteriorate. So yes, you need them. But I left them by my book, funnily enough. So they're in there. The distance ones, I can tell them apart because they've got red arms and blue. Sounds awful, but they're nice anyway. And so I can see them at, I know that the colourful ones are the distance, but the colourful ones are the rip-off because I don't actually need them. When he said, technically you don't need, you don't actually need glasses for driving, I should have said, I'll leave them then. And just got computer and and reading because that's all I really needed. And I just bought an extra pair, but they do react to light. So, they can double up as a bit of sunglasses in the summer. And I did sort of notice a little difference, but it wasn't really anything to write home about. Anyway, so we picked up the glasses. I was not too bad at that time. Went for my blood test, which I had to wait an hour. So after that, we kind of, by the time we got home, we sat down to watch some Formula One, which was delayed because of problems with the Vegas circuit. So I did end up watching some, but I could not keep my eyes open, and I was watching it, and Gary said, "Why don't you just go to bed?" And I said, "Gary, it's 5:30. It was like, it's 6 o'clock. How can I possibly go to bed?" And in the end, I was fighting so bad. I said, "You know what? I'm going to go to bed. I might get up a bit later. I might just have a power nap and then be okay." But 12 hours I slept, and when I woke up, Formula One was on again because the time difference. So yeah, I watched a bit of qualifying. I watched all of qualifying and then decided to come and do my video. But I do feel better today. But then again, yesterday morning, I was fine. And I've got a feeling that a lot of the problem for me is the DIY being done because of the dusts that are being kicked up and plasterboard dust and all that sort of thing. I have a lot of allergies, which are no fun, and I don't know, I don't think it can just be that. It wouldn't make me tired, although I did find myself quite breathless. It might still be a bit of a remnant to the jab, or a little virus I picked up, I don't know, but I was awful yesterday and had a very, very, very long sleep. Gary's back at work today and I'm cooking, so hopefully I'll be better, and all day long and back on the road to recovery. I do have a sore knee though, for some reason. I don't know what I was doing in the night, but whatever it was has given me a sore knee. And I don't know, it's weird, it's just my right knee. I don't, no idea what I dreamt about or what I was doing in my sleep. Perhaps I just laid on it funny, I don't know. But anyway, I'm alive after a 12-hour kip. God, I can't believe that. That was a mammoth sleep. I woke up a few times in the night and thought, you know, shall I get up? You know, I've slept a good... No, why? So I went back to bed, and every time I did get back to sleep again. So, yeah, mammoth. But never mind, must have needed it, that's what I say. And there was things I was going to tell you that I've forgotten now, gone out of my head. Hot is not the word. I am really, really hot, and I'm going to have to put the fan on. I turned the bit of heating off, and suddenly I get really cold. That was another thing. It was freezing yesterday. I could not get warm. And then when Gary was cold, I was hot. So I figured it must have been some kind of little virus, because, you know, I was really cold, and Gary was saying, but it's mild out. It's really, I'm okay. And I'm like, I'm freezing. And it's not like me to be cold. So yeah, I think it was definitely, I was sickening for something. Whatever the reason. But yeah, I was too busy being like nodding and all sorts to actually make any videos yesterday. But today is Saturday, so it's Winner's Day, and I'll do those a little bit later. I do have to pop out and get some bits for dinner, because we don't really have enough stuff in. I don't mean stuff in, I mean stuff in. I haven't started on my derma rolling yet. I haven't really been awake. I haven't been very well since, well, I don't know, since getting the jab anyway. But whether that was the reason, or whether I did have little niggles of things beforehand, so I might have just had a little virus that has been exacerbated by getting stabbed with that. Anyway, but I've got more Christmas presents now that have arrived, so I've got to wrap those as well and get them out of the way, because, you know, there's very little space in any room now. We're going to get the council to pick up. We've got a sofa bed, but we're getting rid of it. We're going to get the council to pick that up. And so once that's gone out of the living room, at least there'll be more room for Gary to get on with his jobs. He's doing really well with it, to be honest with you. He's got a little bit of a delay because he needs his brother to do plug sockets and stuff like that and raise them. Because at the moment they're right down low on the ground, and we need them to sort of put in better places. So until he's kind of done the electrics, he can't really get on. But suddenly his brother's become really, really busy. So we've got to try and get that done before he can get any more. We have to try and concentrate on other things that might need doing. Anyway, cheers. I'm going to have a quick slurp because it is not as hot as it could be, but just right to drink. Yeah, so today will be Winner's Day, and tomorrow new giveaway. Flying by, really. I just feel like time is whizzing at an alarming rate these days. It only seems 5 minutes ago I did the last Winner's Day, and but it wasn't 5 minutes obviously, but it just feels like it. Seeing Las Vegas on the Formula One is making me feel like, oh, I loved it there. I'm going to go back. It was so nice. It was a great holiday. Gary and I are having 2 weeks out there. And, you know, I saw them on the Formula One saying, oh, you only really need a few days, don't you? And it's like, no, no, you don't. Not if you want to take in the whole experience. Because, you know, each one of those kind of areas and hotels has something to offer, whether it's a zoo or whether it's a Cirque du Soleil, or whether it's, we could have seen Billy Idol, wish we had while we were there, but we saw Michael Jackson's One instead, because it was on the Clash of Nights. And that was a hologram on the stage. I can't believe they haven't done that for Elvis yet. But we did see an Elvis, we see the Rat Pack. Excuse me. You know, there was something everywhere. Everywhere. We saw another Michael Jackson show, which wasn't that great. We had a day at the Old Strip. We had a day on Lake Mead. We went to see the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam. We went on a boating trip along Lake Mead and a lovely meal on one of those steamboats. You know, went to see a ball game, went to see the Las Vegas 51s, and they had quite a famous person there we had never heard of, but we were told that he's a big fish, but who was recovering from some injury, so they had put him in that team to sort of get match fit. So yeah, we did everything, you know, and we went for a pony trek. Well, pony, well, an old nag, but we went for a pony trek in the, I'm only talking about me, not the horse. Went into the desert and had a campfire steak dinner, and Gary shot a gun. You know, we made the most of every single second that we were there, and there's still more we could have done. So no, a couple of days. If all you want to do is play the slots and have a little game of poker and then go home, yeah, there's a couple of days will do it. But if you want to experience everything there is to have, and you know, we had some really wonderful restaurants and buffets as well while we were there. We early on met this lady called Darlene who lived there. She was working there, and she gave us a big list of things you've got to do while you're there, and one of them was going up in the Skyfall Lounge. We did that quite a lot in the end. She told us the best buffets and places to go, the best place to get a meal, and so we had a great time, you know, absolutely great time. Definitely would love to go back. If we go back, definitely going to have a car for at least a day and go out, because we did do that. We did that, went to see the Grand Canyon and the Hoover Dam, and on the way back there was a Walmart, and I really wanted to go in, but of course we were with Mike and Gemma, who wanted to get back to the hotel and get on with life. So you know, but had it just been us, I'd have said, come on, we need to go to Walmart, and then I would have found yarn, of course, you know, unless the Vegas Walmart doesn't have yarn. I can't see that. But yeah, there might have been other shops. I might have found other shops, but you know, we did stop at one of those kind of places to get a burger, you know, like a truck stop sort of thing. And there were shops there, like a chemist, a drugstore, and stuff like that. So obviously the locals' shops and a place where the locals get their burger or something. And that was cool, you know, seeing it, and the prices on the strip, every shop, you know, water was a fortune, and you could buy 10 bottles for what we were paying. That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but you could probably get a pack of 6 for what we were paying for one, which was ridiculous. So yeah, we definitely would explore further afield should we go back. Gary wants to. And I said, why do you want to go back to Vegas specifically when we've been there? Why is it? I'm not sort of dissing. I'm saying why. What is it that makes you want to go back to Vegas when we've seen Vegas? And he said, because that's where you'd go. And he knows there's not many places that make me get on a plane, I suppose. And I said, well, yeah, but I might equally do that for Miami or another part of America, you know, just saying, not just absolutely in Vegas, but although, you know, it's the humidity being at practically zero seals it as well for me. But yeah, anyway, it's good to watch. And plus you can see when you're kind of looking at the panoramic views, oh, that's new, you know, that sphere thing's new. We never saw that when we were there. Because at first when I saw that, I thought that was the, well, it may have been, because there was a fight. Anthony Joshua was boxing. I can't remember who he was against, but that was a kind of a round building. Looked like a crash helmet. Maybe it was there, but it seems more central. Perhaps that's just the way the circuit runs. Perhaps it's not. Anyway, probably was there. Cheers, guys. I'm going to quick slurp. Got to be with you. Sorry, I had to gulp that down. Let's do the joke. I would put my glasses on, but they're computer glasses. They wouldn't really. Maybe they're okay. Let's have a little looky. Ow! Trap your finger in them. Okay. Oh yeah, that really hurt. Grandma had to get to TB or not TB. Done that one. If you lose something in a home for the elderly, Don't stop looking until you've searched every nook and granny. Oh boy. Every nook and granny. I didn't even need the ring light because of those. I didn't look up to see what I looked like though. I guess I just don't want to know. So yeah, every nook and granny. Uh-oh. And I caught my finger in them. You know, the hingy bit got me. It bit me, man. It bit me. Anyway, every nook and granny can get 2 giggles on the giggleometer. Yes, on the giggleometer. So I've also got stitch markers to make. I showed you all the stuff, and I found my other set. So that's cool. I need to do that because I have some orders to fulfill, and not one single solitary stitch marker do I have now. So I've got to do that before I can post them off, which will be Monday now. I would have done it, they would have gone today, but I was just in bed yesterday, so I couldn't pack them. I wasn't in any fit state to pack anything, only myself off to bed. That was the only thing I could pack. I don't think it's a day wore on. I was kind of less and less communicative. That's a really good word. But yeah, I was virtually out of it all day. Not the best. Oh well. Hopefully on the mend now. I know I said that before though. I'm a bit you know, a bit weird really. But I did honestly feel like, oh good, I'm better now. And then all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm not. But yeah, I kind of I know that the DIY is kind of exacerbating my problems because they're making me wheezy and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know what it was. Never mind. Hopefully though, the blood test will throw up something, because when I read, it said I had to do a fasting liver test. And excuse me, an itch. When I got there, she said, I have no idea why these doctors always put fasting liver test, because you don't need to be fasting for the liver function test. But they always put it on there. And I said, well, as luck would have it, I have fasted today. But it's only by accident, because I didn't read that. But when I actually said to Gary, oh, I could have my blood test today, we were going to have breakfast, but there was just not an inch of space to kind of clear anything off. And we both kind of thought, oh, you know what, we'll grab something while we're out or something. Can't move all this stuff around every 5 minutes. So I didn't eat because of it. But that was the only reason. Otherwise I would have got up and made breakfast at the time, and we would have had dinner. Well, breakfast, not dinner. But yeah, so it was quite luck rather than judgment that meant I was fasting anyway. But she said it's not necessary for any of these blood tests. So when I looked down the list, it had something on there about testing for celiac, although I'd passed that before. I wasn't a celiac. And also for something to do with cow's milk. I didn't know you could do that in a blood test. But a lot of things are being looked for in that. Usinase, UFTs, platelets, amylase, all of that is being looked at. So I guess they're looking for every single solitary thing in there. And that's good, because I wanted to know if my thyroid was okay because of the tiredness. It just gets me, and that's it. I'm out of it. So I wanted to look at that. And I kind of obviously need to know if I've got fatty liver, because I was borderline once before, and I've done very little for myself to actually recover from that. So, yeah, all of it will be good to test. And then they brought my patch tests forward for my allergies, which is, I did say I wasn't going to talk about my ailments anymore, didn't I? But it seems to dominate my life at the moment. Yeah, they were going to be January, I think, when they first told me about them, and now they've brought them forward to December. So, yeah, I'll be having them as well, quicker. And I did want to go back and see that nurse. Well, I'm saying nurse, she's a dermatologist. I did want to go back and see her, because my feet have not really, they've improved, but they haven't got better. And I think the improvement that I've got with the creams that she's given me is all the improvement I'm going to get now. So I do, you know. Another reason I want to get those blood tests done was because that might throw up if it's diabetes or something that could bring that condition on, you know, falling apart. That's what it is. You get to a certain age, don't you, and everything starts to fail. It's true, though. It's certainly true. You know, you can get to 40, eyes start going. It's like, now you're going to need reading glasses. So the slippery slope starts there, and then it's one thing after another, isn't it? This goes, that goes. Oh, look, you got a bit of cancer there, and oh, you know, you're getting a bit of heart disease, and oh, look, now you're going to have fatty liver. Not that saying I've got all these things, but you know, that's what happens. Everything starts to pack up, fail on you. The joys of it all. I'm just going to roll disgracefully. I'm not going to do it gracefully. I've made my mind up that that's not happening. I'm not going to embrace the grey or anything like that. Screw that. No. I'm going to be like my mother, who fought it off as much as she possibly could. That's going to be me. Anyway, I'm going to get off and upload this video. Check out what winners videos I need to do. And I will see you on the next one. So watch out for those, and bye for now. And I won't talk about my ailments tomorrow. Promise. Unless I was ill again. Then I might. But hopefully not. Toodle pip. See you on the next